Welcome everybody to our Sunday evening energy forecast and meditation. Today it's just me as Juna is traveling and can't join us in person tonight. So we chose to focus on the 28th hexagram, which is next week, starting on Tuesday, I think. And it is all about values and living life or not living life, like what was said in the email or in the text below. And I'm by far no expert that Juna is, but I was really looking at what is it that fear of death and values and how do they dance together. And like my values really guide me and can guide you as well, your values of course, to what is true for you. When something resonates and you feel right about something, that is your compass. That's a value that is worth pursuing. Versus when you start living for everybody else and trying to please people, avoid hurting people, and tiptoe around and walk on eggshells all the time, that is a way of living, not living. Living, not living. So really ask yourself, how do you live? What areas are you afraid to be you? And in this next week, you can reflect on what is important to you, what feels right for you. There's just a rightness that only you know, that nobody can tell you about it. It's you discovering that rightness, what is true for you, and then following that and allowing that to guide you through your life so that you can actually move from the fear of death or the fear of life, which is just the other side of the coin, to a different fear that is the fear of not fully living. And that can be very, very motivating to really take risks and live out loud. And most of us do it in some areas. And I would suspect that most people have areas where they're hiding that fear and where they're still shaping themselves according to the outside world or somebody else's point of view or a need that they perceive. So this playing with what is important to you, what are your values, and then really coming to that sense of what does that feel like in your body. And then allow that to guide you in your life to become fully alive. So I would say that is a little morsel out of the many possibilities of this hexagram. And with that, let's take that into the meditation. And just get yourself comfortable. Let your breath flow deep. And with your breath, allow yourself to come home to yourself. That quiet, tranquil, peaceful space within you, that is you, that is nurturing, that is safe. And allow your body to relax into that space. And into this moment. And in this space, ask yourself, what are your values? What are your top 3 most important values in your life that inspire you to be you, that inspire you to create, that inspire you to go further than your comfort zone? And you might become aware of the words for these values or sensations in your body. Just allow that knowing and that connection with what is important to you unfold in your inner space. And again, allow your body to relax into this value, into these values. And allow them to give you strength. To expand you. To lift you into your creativity, into your life. And if you picked a value that doesn't do that, you might want to drop that. Maybe that's not that important to you. That's okay. And just let those values that really strengthen you, that kiss you awake, that bring forth the best in you, let them be present with you. And again, this does not necessarily involve the mind. It's more a sense. and being deeply connected with what is important to you and with you, your essence. Become aware of those areas in your life where there's fear, where you contract, where you're worried. And just be present. Witness that space. You don't have to change anything, but just be present with who you are, supported by what is important to you. Have your own back from this space of inner peace and knowing, from your home space. Have your back in those situations where you don't feel connected, where you don't follow what is important to you, where other people's values become more important, where you compromise yourself. And just love yourself in that situation. No need to change it or find a solution. Just be present. Your witnessing, your observing is very powerful and changes whatever can change without you doing anything. And allow your connection with yourself to even go further, deepen, become stronger. Allow that space of you and what is important to you to expand. And with that, expand your awareness and expand your loving. And become aware of our world, of this planet, and the big shift that is happening currently. all the turmoil, all the changes, all the fears, and be the witness. No need to change anything, no need to find a solution. Just witness from that space of you, connected with what is important to you. Together, let's be present with this big shift, with the energy of honoring ourselves. And by doing so, also contributing to all those people in so many areas on this planet that are starting to stand up for their values. That are standing up with what is important to them. And together, let's take this even further. Connected with yourself. Open up to these new possibilities that are available to us all, individually and on the planet, that we haven't seen before because we were too afraid to die, too afraid to live. Open yourself up to the adventure of living. To living true to you, taking risks when they feel right. Moving beyond your comfort zone, opening up to these new possibilities, these new energies that are coming forth on this beautiful planet. And with this new energy coming forth in your life and on the world, in the world, connect with that home base of yours again in this present moment, with your body. Be present with your body in these energies. And whenever you meet the fear of failure, fear of death, fear of being alive, fear of making a mistake or hurting someone, and thus you find yourself bending yourself out of shape, come back to this space of you that honors you and everybody around you naturally. And observe how that fear tries to guide you away from you. And just smile, thank you, and observe it till it changes from that space of you, strengthened by what is important to you. And with that, I am very grateful for you to dare to be on this adventure and to be you, to dare to be you. Thank you. Thank you for being here live, and thank you for listening, for those of you who listen in the future. And we will see you next week at the same time with both of us. And for those of you who are alive, if you wish to share, unmute yourself, and here's the space for that. And the other ones, bye.